Hi there, it's Regina here. Today I bring you a haul from the Stampin'Up pre-order in May 2018. As you probably have seen in other videos, I'm a Stampin'Up demonstrator and I'm super excited because I really like the new catalog. As a demonstrator, you get to see and purchase from the new catalog a month before customers. I already take I already took everything out of the box and checked it out and even prepped some of my dies and stamps. But I thought that I should share with you what I got and why I got it. So nothing new here to see, but I like sometimes to hear what people think about the new products and why they bought something versus something else, or just a little bit of the background story on how we make some purchase decisions. So the first thing I'm not gonna bore you with is that I usually, every time I buy inks, which I did, although I'm not gonna show them in this video, I will make another video on the comparison and my opinions between the old cases and the new cases and how to open them. I have an old video on how to open the old case, so that needs obviously a refresh. So I'm not gonna bore you with that. I pretty much got them all, the ones that were available. Um, so yeah, that was part of the box. The first thing is, and this is not in a particular order, but I got the photopolymer stamp set Serene Garden, and this is the artwork of that stamp set. I think it was really, I really like this. Not really sure why, but it's one of those things that you feel like, oh, I want to use it right away. And then the part that sold me on it is that there's a stamp set, so it's a full clear, and I think the image actually, yeah, images are 95%, so the stamp set is actually bigger than what it looks like on the box. So I love these flowers and whatnot, but what sold me onto this stamp set is that it's bundled with a die set. And when the dies coordinate with a specific stamp set, what I'm doing now to save myself space, because I was running out of die storage space, is to keep the die with the stamp set in the case. So let me show you here. So this is the case, and if it's only one set, that one stamp set, they fit really nicely. I don't have any problems closing them. So if I ever gonna sell this bundle once it's retired, if I make the decision of selling it, it all goes together, so I don't have to fish any pieces out. So anyway, so I get rid of the plastic cover for this, and I keep the insert, which only tells me the name and some how to use it kind of thing. And I usually, the other thing I do is that I take the dies out of this cardstock where they come from, where they not come from, the cardstock that comes with it, and I replace it with a magnetic piece. So I haven't done that in here, but in the next ones that you will see what I'm talking about. So this die set is really nice because I believe this one embosses. I don't think this cuts anything, right? So this emboss the image, and then this is the one that cuts, and it doesn't cut everything. It cut, some pieces, like some leaves, this one here, and here. So this piece cuts the leaves, and then you have this one for the flowers. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of unique. It's not something that you can replicate with a scan and cut, for example, so it's really worth then buying the dies. If it was just a die that cuts around it, you can fussy cut it. If you have this scan and cut machine, you can use that, but I think because this one has different properties, was worth to buy it in a bundle. So that's one of my purchases. Now, I think this set is not available in the new catalog. It's only available during the promotion that's currently happening in May. So this one is the Statement of My Heart, and this is more meaningful, I guess, for those of us are demonstrators, because this is the Stampin' Up mission statement, if you will. So it's really nice. Um, you know, if you're a demonstrator and you're really, um, you know, into the mission statement of the company, this is a really nice stamp to have. I like to have it, especially when I have new people in my team. I like to make cards welcoming them to the team. And I usually, if I have it available, I either get a stamp for them because I think this was part of the supply list, or just stamp it and send a card with a mission statement on it. So this one is a small one. I probably eventually will just take it out of the box, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so that's two. I have another one here. This is also part of the new ones on the catalog, and this is also a bundle. The stamp set is called Sea of Textures. Oh, I didn't say what was the name of the die on the other one. Let me check really quick. The die that comes with the other set was Garden Scene Framelits. That's the other one. And this one is the Sea of Textures. So it has, the main character is an octopus, and it have a net, some coral, some algae. It says, "Have a wonderful adventure. You're one of a kind. Thanks for reaching out." I like that sentiment going with the octopus, so I like the pun. Why I bought this one? Basically, Stampin' Up in the last 3 or 4 years have always have a sea-related stamp set in the catalog. So I'm gonna show you really quick what I mean. These are retired already. I think you can still get this one before the end of the month if still available. That's from the previous year. And then we have this one. This is Starfish. And there's this one that was very popular. I have people asking me about this set if I want to sell it, and I say no. Okay, so we have a lot of like sea related stamp sets already, which I already have, so I haven't got rid of them. So I thought, well, this one, the Sea of Textures, will be a great one to add to that collection. And what I like about this one too is that it comes in a bundle. So this is a stamp set. This one is not a photopolymer. This is a rubber stamp, which I always said these are my favorite. I think these are more durable. I like rubber better than a photopolymer. Anyway, so I have this stamp set, and that is a bundle. There is a bundle for this one. And this is the die that coordinates with it. It's called Under the Sea. And I already prepped this one. And what I mean by prepping is that I take again the dies off the cardstock where they come with, and I replace that with a magnetic piece that keeps it all together. I think I cut the magnetic piece at 6 by 5 1/4, and that pretty much kind of covers it all. Now, one of the things that you need to be aware of when you're buying our dies is that our dies have evolved. They have gone from just cutting around the shapes to actually do more than that. Like in the previous one, you saw it embosses and cut portions of the image. So they're going a little more creative with the dies. If I were gonna see, and probably it's better if I do this with the case closed. I really want to spend time on this because I haven't heard anybody talking about this. But if you look at the stamp set and look at the dies, you can see that not all the images on the stamp set are caught by the die, and not all the dies caught everything in here. So just the octopus and the coral here are caught by the die. Everything else, I think even the net, is not the same as this one. And these figures, these sand dollars here, are not in the set. Neither the little fishies or the algae. This algae is not in here. So when you're making your choices, in the magazine, it's very obvious, and when they put the stamp set, I think they grade out the images that are caught by a die or by a punch, so you can easily identify that. But I think it's worth mentioning that you should look at the dies that are supposed to coordinate with the stamp, so you understand what are the capabilities of the die compared to what it is in the stamp set. Because to me that is important. Sometimes that will make me make the decision buy the die only, and I'm going to show you an example of that, or just buy the bundle, or just buy the stamp only. And I don't know if that makes sense, but I think in all, you should kind of pay attention. This is also in a bundle. There is a stamp set that coordinates with these dies, but you don't need a stamp set. Well, you know, there is need and wants. You definitely can have a stamp set and buy them as a bundle as intended, but I felt like I didn't really need a stamp set. That doesn't mean I won't change my mind in the future, but these are stitch frames and they are really cute. So they're all stitching, which is something that's very fashionable these days. It's very trendy. This one here, it just cuts all these little things, this pattern, but it doesn't cut the around it. So this creates a really nice effect. Same for these two. These are like borders, and then these are the stitch. So you don't need necessarily a stamp set coordinating with them, because I'm sure we all have plenty of sentiments that will fit on all these spaces. So this is one that I decided just to get the dies and not the bundle. Okay, so what else? These are also new. They're facet dots. So I don't know if you can see. I got the ink colors markers 2018. This is Lovely Lipstick, Call Me Clover, Pineapple Punch, Blueberry Bushel, and Grapefruit Grove. And I also got the new colors, the markers. And I would say that if you have the marker case, I don't use that to store my markers, but if you have it, when you buy the new color, the new colors, the refresh colors, you get a new insert for your case. So that's pretty cool. Okay, another die that I bought that I think there is a stamp set also that coordinates with it. I think this is gonna be so pretty. I haven't cut it out yet, but it's looking really good. This is Springtime Impressions. So you have a new butterfly, because I think the butterfly dies that were in the catalog, they're retiring as well. So we get a new butterfly here with more detail and all these florals. You can cut this on acetate and create your own stencil. That will be pretty. So got that, and again, I didn't get the stamp set. I think there is one that coordinates with it, but I didn't get that. Then I got this one, is called Accented Blooms, and it's so far one of my favorite things. I already have used it like 3 zillion times. And this one doesn't have a die, but there is a punch. This punch is in the it was in the occasions, I think, and it got in now it's part of the annual catalog, and you can punch this out. So again, the card that I posted on Facebook and Instagram has uses also this stamp set. And oh, another, talking about punches, I got this one, and I usually don't buy this style of punches because first they're like very difficult to store because of their shape, but something about it really, you know, I kept going over, do I get it, don't I get it? So I finally got it, and it's a round, it has 3-on-1, so it has a round corner. This one, it costs just this, it doesn't round the corner, but you can combine this one with this one, and then this one just creates like a little oval, it's an oval punch. And last but not least, this is not a new stamp set, it's actually a carryover from the annual catalog, from the current one, and it's called Bright Wishes. And I like, this is a wishing well basically, so you have wishing you brighter days to come, hoping it helps, how much I care, may all your wishes come true, you're never too old to wish, and wishing you all the best. So, obviously there were many other products that we were able to pre-order, but these are the ones that I think caught my attention the most, and I already went into explaining why. So hopefully that gives you some food for thought on making your choices. If you need a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator, I will be more than happy to send you one if you are in the US. And if you have any questions, you can leave them down below this video, and I will do my best. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.